Welcome back to our channel and our Cross Canada tour. This is episode 103. When we biked off the ferry and on to Newfoundland, it began to rain. We wanted to enjoy a day or two in St. John's, so Josh and I had to suck it up and bike through the rain and make it as far as possible. We got soaking wet, and unfortunately we did not capture any video footage from the ferry terminal to the A&W that is near Whitbourne, Newfoundland. We want to thank the staff at A&W for looking after us, and especially Josh, who was freezing cold. We made arrangements to camp at the Bluefin Campground, and we were greeted there with food and kindness from our camping neighbors. Thank you so very much. We also found a license plate for our good friend Liam before we arrived at our campground. Enjoy the episode. Someone sent us on a wild goose chase up to the fisheries here. That's the boat, that's the ship we came in on. And I think the terminal is way down there. They sent us up here, so we're just taking shelter under a building right here, because it's supposed to rain for the next couple of hours, 3-4 hours. It's kind of a drizzle right now, but I mean the wind is coming in and it's supposed to rain pretty hard, so not too sure what we should be doing. Well, Josh and I are just at the A&W. We had to wait it out here for a bit, but we got totally soaked. Everything bled through our ponchos and even our rain gear. Yeah, it was bad. It came down pretty good, so everything's soaking wet, but we do have our dry bags and all that to keep our stuff from getting wet. We have one chance at this. The sun's supposed to peek out tomorrow, so we're going to make it to a campground, and then maybe we can go out that way. So we're going to make it to a campground, and then we're going to set up our tent right away so that we can basically get warm and dry. Put dry clothes on, go and get a shower, warm shower. Okay, we'll see you on the road. A little cold. The rain has let up. Don't know how long it'll take us to get to this next campground, but probably about 2 hours, being 41 kilometers away. There's an information center here as well, so that's good. I think this is Whitbourne. So we went to the A&W, got a couple burgers, actually 3 each, and a hot chocolate. And then the staff was so nice to let us sort of lounge in there and kind of get dry a bit, and even poured us hot water to warm us up. So here's a little community with a few services here, and we'll be on our way. Our exit's 36, so the campground is on our side of the highway. Bluefin Campground. It's an RV park. I'd really like to get there before it rains again. It's supposed to rain again by about 7. I figure if it's 4, we can definitely get there before 7, set everything up, and put everything underneath the tent so that by the time we get there, and if it does rain, we're going to be dry. Alright, so here's all the towns around here. Alright, St. John's is right ahead. Look what town we have right here, son. Yeah. Everyone laughs at this town. All right, here it is. All right. It'd be very interesting to live in that town and to have to answer the question, where are you from? We got to make up for footage that we didn't capture right after the ferry. This is Three Corner Pond. The only wildlife I've seen is a little red squirrel crossing the highway. They say there's a lot of moose in Newfoundland, but I haven't seen one. Maybe the rain kept them at bay in a place of shelter. But yeah, it's almost unique in and of itself. Newfoundland doesn't look like any other part of our country. It looks very unique. Similar to Northern Ontario, but not exactly. Very beautiful here. It's really unfortunate that we have all this rain, and they get all this rain, because it would be such a beautiful, beautiful place to visit. Hopefully we'll get some sunny days here when we get into St. John's. I mean, I guess the sunny days that we'll get, hopefully tomorrow and the following day, will be good for us, because that's the day or the days we're going to be sightseeing. Tomorrow we're hopefully going to get to Cape Spear, the most eastern part of Canada. From our campground it'll be 51 kilometers. So it's pretty cool. It's very neat here. It's very unique here. It's got its own geography and topography. There's another pond. All these ponds that are located on Highway 1 going to St. John's. 60 kilometers, Josh. We've done 14. Those are kilometers. We're in Canada. Hey Liam, look what we got for you, dude. Look what we got. Look what we got.
Once my dad and I began our ride in Newfoundland, we were looking for a Newfoundland Labrador license plate for our good friend Liam, who also runs a biking YouTube channel. One of his trademarks is picking up all the license plates along the road. Just before our campground, we were fortunate to come across 2 Newfoundland Labrador plates for our good friend Liam.
Okay, Liam, we got you a plate of Newfoundland. It's in pretty good shape, too. We were kind of keeping our eyes peeled for it. And we saw the piece where the plate is fixed to the bumper, and it wasn't there, and we thought, oh, that really sucks. We kind of got teased, but then about, I don't know, 20 meters further to the east, the plate was there. So it's really cool. I hope you enjoy it. Boy, we've put in a very difficult day. Probably put in, I don't know, 85 to 90 kilometers today, and first half, or a little more than half, was in the rain, totally soaked. We got going again about 4 o'clock. The sun peeked out a bit, not a lot, very cloudy, but we were extremely hot because we had a rain jacket on, the poncho on, which is complete vinyl, non-breathable, and then the safety vest, and we're just soaked. You can see right now we're coming up to our exit. Exit 36 right now, and that'll get us into Bluefin RV and Campground. So that's where we're going to stay tonight. Josh is completely tapped out. He had a much better sleep than I did on the boat. I got maybe 4 hours of sleep in the chair. Was pretty comfortable in terms of how cold it was on board. We came prepared, so that's good. St. John's is ahead, and our campground will be to the right, exit 36. That's it. We want to set up our tent as soon as possible because there is a possibility of rain again tonight. So we want to tie it all down and make sure we're nice and dry with everything else in the tent, including our sleeping mats, our sleeping bags, and all our dry clothes. So we dragged those dry clothes out for this very moment. We used some of them last night, but we're certainly going to use them tonight because we have no choice. Everything's soaking wet. It's exactly why we brought those dry clothes in a dry bag. That's only for this purpose. So at least we have dry clothes in a dry bag. Should be sunny tomorrow, so we should be okay doing all this in terms of packing up and packing our dry clothes, so we should be okay where we don't need to hotel it. 2 nights in the rain, we'd have to hotel it the next day because not only our everyday clothes would be soaking wet, but also our dry clothes. So I think we'll be able to manage. Here we are, exit 36, our campground. All right, we'll see you tomorrow more than likely. Probably won't film anymore.